In 1921, Doctors George Krause Sr., Frank Bunce, William Lower, and John Phillips began a journey in Cleveland, Ohio that would create one of the world's greatest healthcare institutions. About a dozen years later, a man named Hendrik Meijer opened a grocery store in Grand Rapids, Michigan that began a journey to create one of the world's greatest community retailers. From these two humble beginnings came two of the greatest success stories for serving people and communities in the history of the United States. Today, these two outstanding institutions, the Cleveland Clinic and Meijer, fueled for the last century by opportunity and innovation, come together for the first time at a place where a corridor called Opportunity will intersect with a street dedicated to innovation. Good afternoon. I'm Randy Ruttenberg, and on behalf of my partner, Adam Fishman, Fairmount Properties welcomes you to the groundbreaking of the Fairfax market development. Today is a day to celebrate the efforts of multiple public and private partners who came together to do good for this community, the community of Fairfax. When completed, this $56 million project will include a state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot grocery store, 196 apartments, and a 200 vehicle parking structure. Before we hear from our esteemed group of speakers, I'd like to take a few brief moments to thank some very special people who we've had the honor to work alongside from the very early days. Firstly, thank you to Bryce Hamill, our Vice President of Design and Construction, Rebecca Molyneux, our Vice President and General Counsel, and Jeff Steck, our Director of Finance, for your tireless efforts and your commitment to building a world-class development on this historic site. To Meijer, thank you for investing in our community. Particular thanks to Vic Serini-Vassan, Mike Flickinger, and the entire real estate and design team. To our partners at the Cleveland Clinic, Bill Peacock and Pat Rios, thank you for your guidance and leadership. And to Vicki Johnson, Peter Volis, Amanda Wente, Heather Summers, and Sherelle Tucker, this project was complex and required a true collaboration each and every day to stay on track and cross over multiple finish lines that often felt like they were moving. We were proud to be in the trenches with you getting this done. To the President's Council, here today are Daryl LeJour, Brian Hall, Ariana Kilpatrick, and Eddie Taylor. We presented an opportunity to Northeastern Ohio's most successful group of African-American business leaders to reinvest in this neighborhood, and they embraced the idea. For that, we are so very grateful. Please know that everybody on this stage is very committed to all the goals of diversity and inclusion to make this a development that gives back in every way. To Next Spark, Len Pagan and Miles Molyneux, the Cleveland International Fund, and Steve Cernish and Adam Blackman, Activity Capital, Daryl Curtis, the Cleveland Cuyahoga County Port Authority, HUD, and ODOT, thank you for your trust in us and your investment in this initiative. To our longtime friends at Huntington, led by Will Dahlman and Nathan Nozzle, thank you for continuing to invest alongside Fairmount and for your steadfast belief in supporting the growth of Cleveland's neighborhoods. Thanks to our architectural design partner, Bialowski Cleveland, and our general contractor, John G. Johnson. And we want to offer particular thanks to FRDC and their esteemed leader, Denise Van Leer, as well as Alicia Memoran, the City of Cleveland, and Council President-elect Blaine Griffith. Without Blaine, none of us would be here today. It's just that simple. Finally, I'd like to recognize Jesse Fawcett, Fairmount's head of marketing, Anna Sanner, and her counterparts at Meijer and the Clinic, Frank, Christina Fetcher, Angie Smith, and Matt for creating today's wonderful event. Thank you. As Cleveland's 56th mayor, Frank Jackson has advanced our great city's agenda fiscally, socially, educationally, and economically for the past 16 years. What a historic run. Mayor Jackson, thank you for your leadership and your confidence in this team. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my unique honor and distinct privilege to bring you Mayor Frank Jackson.
Good afternoon. You know, I want to congratulate Meijer, the Cleveland Clinic, Fairmount Properties, Fairfax Development Corporation, and really the Fairfax community. You know, neighborhoods are in constant flux. And during that time, decisions have to be made as to how you make investments. And sometimes those investments are not necessarily in the best interest of the neighborhood in which those investments occur. This, however, is a great investment and is to the benefit of the Fairfax community and the greater University Circle community. And that wouldn't happen without the partnership that was described to you and the commitment of people who want to see not only Fairfax, but this part of the city of Cleveland grow, progress, create housing, commercial, retail, and jobs. In order for that to happen on the government side, you do have to have somebody watching out for you. And in this case, that is Councilman Blaine Griffin, Councilman President-elect Blaine Griffin. So I want to introduce him.
Good afternoon. Come on, you guys could do better than that. This is a great day for the Fairfax neighborhood. Good afternoon. Thank you so much. My name is Blaine Griffin. I just want to say, I once heard a quote by Victor Hugo. It says, "Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come." And that's what we're experiencing right now. I want to thank all of the people who Randy just stated. I also want to thank my good friend who's going to be retiring this year, the 56th mayor of the city of Cleveland. Can we give him one more round of applause if we could? You know, about 3 or 4 years ago, I had the privilege of grabbing Dr. Mihaljevic, and we walked the neighborhood. We didn't just stay confined to the main streets. We walked in the back alleyways. We talked with kids and children that were playing at parks. We talked with senior citizens at their door who were just sitting at their porch, who have been homeowners for generations in the Fairfax area. We talked to stakeholders. We went out and we really wanted to hear what the community. We subsequently had a meeting at Karamu House where Dr. Mihaljevic brought 18 of his top executives from Cleveland Clinic to really do a charrette with the community and say, what do you want? And the community was simple. We wanted to save the heritage of Fairfax, this great neighborhood that's one of the most historical communities in the city of Cleveland. Where we are focused at right now is the intersection of great history, where this used to be Black Wall Street, and you used to have the Calling Post and so many other dignitaries that really called this strip home, and it was wealth and African-American businesses all aligned up and down this area. Even on the ground that we stand on now, the Future Outlook League, where John O'Hawley, who actually trained Martin Luther King, actually had their headquarters right here. So we wanted to capture that history. And we also wanted to make sure that we attract new residents and new energy to this area. So this was the perfect place to do something to activate a corner in this residence and in this neighborhood where longtime third and fourth generation homeowners, as well as some of the new workers that work at Cleveland Clinic, can actually call home and utilize this supermarket. We like to consider this hitting all of the marks that we look at as a successful project in our community. It meets the triple bottom line. It has a social impact, it has an environmental impact, and it also has an economic impact because we're creating jobs. I also am very happy to see the Cleveland Clinic change the narrative of the story of this area by investing in amenities like this in the neighborhood. A lot of people have made a lot of sacrifices to make this happen. I want to thank them too. Reverend Ribbons, John Ribbons, who used to own Calvary Hill Church that used to be located right here, is here with us today. I also want to acknowledge my two great friends, two folks who sacrificed and made an ultimate sacrifice of homes that they have owned and have been in their families for generations, and that is Renee Davis and Vern Daniels. Can we give them both a round of applause? They made the sacrifice because we all believe in Fairfax. We all believe in this community. We believe in the potential of this neighborhood, but we also believe in protecting the rich culture and heritage. We're at an intersection that right now is going to really, really capture all of the opportunities that come through this corridor. So I'd like to say in closing that we're so happy to see this happen today because we now get to see one of the great opportunities being inserted into this great corridor that has been created. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing this ribbon cut. My apologies, I was also given the duty of introducing my new friend and a person who I would tell you has really become a friend, and he really gets it. He has been community focused since he's been here. He's been a great partner, and I just want to bring him up because he's been a great friend to our community, Dr. Tom Mihaljevic.
Thank you very much, Blaine, and good afternoon to all of you. You know, during this pandemic over the last couple of years, there are fewer occasions where we could get together and even fewer where we can celebrate such an important accomplishments for our community. And Blaine is absolutely right. It was about 3.5 years ago that we walked through this wonderful neighborhood, Fairfax neighborhood. We spoke to our neighbors, and we came up to the conclusion that it would be just a wonderful way to revitalize the neighborhood, to bring the fresh food, the major ingredient for health and healthy living, into our immediate neighborhood here in Fairfax community. And that is where this entire idea started, and I'm so proud and so grateful for the support of so many people that I mentioned today that actually made this a reality. This year is an important year for our organization, for Cleveland Clinic. We were founded 100 years ago. So we are celebrating our 100th birthday. As our centennial year is approaching its end, I cannot think of a better gift for our big birthday than to open something as important to our fellow neighbors, fellow citizens, as this particular project. And along the way, as Mayor Jackson, who's been our supporter and supporter of this initiative, among many others in the city of Cleveland, has said, we all need to band together. There are very many people who have participated in the projects, many organizations, as Bill Peacock, our chief of operations, said, you looked at times like a Rubik's Cube. You had to turn a Rubik's Cube and different colors in a different directions often just to make this happen. But today it is happening. It is becoming a reality. One important collaborator to us was Meijer's. Meijer's is a wonderful organization. Rick Hughes, its president and CEO, is here. They have been absolutely stellar partners in bringing this project to fruition. So with that, I would like to thank all of you who've gathered here today. I would really like to thank my friend Blaine Griffin for shepherding the project along, to our Mayor Frank Jackson for supporting the city of Cleveland and all important initiatives. And now I would like to invite you, Rick, please come and be part of it.
Well, good afternoon. It's an exciting day today. It's something that we've been looking forward to for years. And, I want to just start by first of all, thanking Dr. Mihalovic for his support and his vision. It was several years ago we were here meeting and talking about this, and got a chance to spend some time with Councilman Griffin and see his passion. I can tell you as a retailer, I've had an opportunity to visit, can't even count how many sites that I visited. I've never had the experience that I had with Councilman Griffin, to be able to walk the community. He could point to almost every single door and tell me who was living there and tell me their story and a passion for this community. And I think that was really contagious for us. So I want to thank you for your passion for this project. And thank you to Mayor Jackson for being here and your support and great leadership here in the community. This really is an exciting time for us. We're excited to be here in the Cleveland market and to continue to grow our presence. I'd like to talk a little bit about Meijer. We've been in business now for 87 years. We're a family-run business, and we really are committed to our customers, to quality, to innovation, to growing, but most importantly, committed to our communities. And that's been a longstanding commitment, and we're excited to really expand that here in the Cleveland market, and especially in Northeast Ohio. We began our investments in Cleveland in 2019, where we opened 3 stores. And then in 2020, we had 2 more stores. And in 2021, 2 more stores. And I think that's a theme that you're going to see here, because this market in Northeast Ohio has really welcomed us with open arms. It really has been an incredible reception. We really enjoy serving these communities. And I think Fairfax market is going to be another example of that. We've had a 37-year presence here in Ohio. You might say, what took us so long? We had a bit of a stop and start about 10, 15 years ago, and now are excited to be here. We have over 47 stores now in the Ohio market, and so we continue to grow. Fairfax market is a new format for us. So if you're familiar with our stores, they're pretty large, 200,000 square foot supercenters. This one is really been designed to be a local market. As Dr. Mihalovic mentioned, bringing fresh foods to the market. We believe we have produce that's second to none that we'll be bringing to this community, and really an emphasis on local and value. And so that's one of the things I think that you'll see that will be really differentiating about this market. We just opened a very similar market right downtown in Detroit. I had over 3,000 local products from the community that were on the shelf, helping local businesses get started, giving them placement on our shelves. And we found that in these markets, these products typically, that when we see success, they move into our supercenters. So it's really a great launching pad for local businesses as well. So we're excited to bring that to this community as well. This concept will be our first of its kind outside of the state of Michigan. And I can't think of a better place to start it than here in Fairfax. So thank you very much for that. We have other markets. We have one in Grand Rapids. We have one in Royal Oak. We have one in Lansing, which is the state capital of Michigan, and Detroit. And this will be our first one here. At Meijer, our purpose is to enrich lives in the communities that we serve. And we think about that in any of the major decisions that we make. And I know in talking to Dr. Mihalovic, he feels the same way. I mean, there's this passion for the community and making decisions that make a difference in the community. And so it really is an honor for us to partner with such a community-focused organization such as the Cleveland Clinic that really does care about the community and is committed to its well-being. We were here last year at this time. I have to say it was much colder. I don't know what happened today to get the weather that we got today. I remember I woke up this morning and I was wondering how many layers I have to put on, but it turned out to be a beautiful day. But we were here last year launching an investment we had made in partnership with the Cleveland Clinic on 2 mobile health units that are going out in the community, providing health care in the community. And so this outreach is a theme and something that I think is near and dear to everyone's heart. So we really do care about our communities. We're excited to be here, to be part of this revitalization of the Cleveland Innovation District. This is really an inspiring part of the city. You don't have to spend much time with Councilman Griffin to get inspired. There's so many partners that have gone into this. I want to make sure I thank Fairmount Properties. They've really been great partners. The Fairfax Renaissance Development Corporation, their investment in this community has absolutely been critical. And so I just really want to express our excitement, our inspiration around this. I promise you that we're going to be delivering a market that really serves this community well. as a community partner and really helps to build up this corridor. And so we couldn't be more excited to be here. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you shopping in our store when we open up. So look forward to that. So now with that, it's my honor and privilege to introduce Denise Van Leer, who's the Executive Director of the Fairfax Renaissance Development Corporation. Denise?
Good afternoon. This is an exciting day. We have been working on this area in what we refer to as the Innovation Square area. It's the area from Cedar to Quincy and 95th to 105th. So part of what we do at Fairfax Renaissance Development Corporation is help plan for what the neighborhood needs to thrive and what the residents and other stakeholders need to thrive and grow and be healthy. So this market at the corner of 105th and Cedar is very important to us. And I just like to think, and we have been working in this footprint for years, buying property and preparing for something. We didn't know it was going to be Meijers, but I'm so thankful that it is. So I do want to thank my staff. Alicia Memoran is here today, and also my board. They've been very supportive and understand, so that's very important. Also want to thank, I have to get used to saying this, Council President-elect Blaine Griffin, and the residents of Fairfax. As just let me say one more time. Councilman Griffin said, I want to thank Ms. Davis and Ms. Daniels for your sacrifice. And without these two ladies, this market would not be happening today. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I want to say about and so just quickly, the Fairfax Innovation Square plan envisions an area with multi-use, mixed income, walkable urban neighborhood. And so this Meijer grocery store, as the first multi-use project, is great, and it hits all of those things. Residents will be able to walk to buy fresh food, they'll be able to be employed, and then small business owners will have the opportunity to sell their products in the store as well. So it hits all the marks. And I wanted to take an opportunity to thank Mayor Jackson, not only for your support for this project, but also for another project that will break ground in about 30 days south of this site. And because you are leaving, I just wanted to take an opportunity to present you with a small token of our appreciation for the whole Innovation Square plan. If you could just join me real quick. So it's just a small token of our appreciation and for your support, and City Hall staff that helped us get here today. And I saw Freddie, and there he is, Freddie Collier from City Planning in the audience, but something to help you remember us. So this is, this is his favorite saying. So when you're working out, when you're running, you just remember us. And we got him 2 of these. So. Seriously, though. So thank you. And with that, I have the opportunity of introducing Sean Richardson, who's the regional president for the Cleveland market at Huntington National Bank. Thank you.
Almost didn't make it. We do succession planning at the bank, so we're okay. So a note, you don't want to be the last guy on the podium, but here I am. I am thrilled to be here today and to be just the bit player in this so vital, important project. The Fairfax neighborhood has so many wonderful assets, but I salute the people more than anything else, the people who live here and who work here in this community. You deserve this investment. You deserve the assets that will be forthcoming in the next year. At Huntington, as Rick said about purpose, our purpose is to look out for people. We're focused every day on making people's lives better, helping businesses thrive, and strengthening the communities we serve. That's why earlier this year, many of you saw we launched our strategic community plan, where we'll be investing $40 billion back into the community to address social, racial, environmental, and economic inequities in the minority and underserved communities. Sounds like this is the target zone for that. As a bank, our desire is to help drive meaningful change and improve the economic vitality, financial security, and sustainable future for those we serve. One of the challenges that we have addressed for a long time is food insecurity. This has been one of my top priorities. Huntington has a long record of a commitment to fighting hunger. I just finished leading the Harvest for Hunger, a 21-county campaign this last year. And now Huntington is providing holiday meals to the hungry in the community through Huntington Hunger. 1 in 6 residents in our region are food insecure. I don't have to tell this community that. You know it, you feel it. That number is even higher here. That is unacceptable. So that's why I'm delighted that we're partnering with the right friends at the table to improve that. Building a Meijer store right here in this neighborhood, it'll go a long way to making sure our neighborhoods have access to fresh and healthy food. I'm really excited to see this market come to life. We've had a small part. It's been to provide the financing. We have long partnered with our friends, Randy and Adam, and this one, as much as any project we've stepped forward to, is going to be the most meaningful. So I congratulate Meijer, Randy, Adam, the entire Fairmount family, the Cleveland Clinic, the Fairfax Renaissance Development Corporation, the City of Cleveland, and my Huntington colleagues who have worked day and night to make this happen. We look forward to the healthy food in the neighborhood. It's these kinds of collaborative projects that truly can bring about transformative change in the community. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.